Security experts in the country have commended President Bola Tinubu's led administration for its recent feat in prosecuting and convicting more than 100 terrorist financiers in the last 2 years. They, however, urged the government to reveal the identities of the financiers to serve as a deterrent to others perpetrating various degrees of terror across the country. TV360's correspondent Sydney Okafor completes this next report.
The emergency of terrorist organizations in Nigeria, especially in the northern region, have exacerbated the country's security issues because of their financial strength, which have led to fatalities, displacement of people as well as destruction of properties in that region. But the prosecution and the convictions of over 100 terrorist financiers in the last 2 years by the current administration sounds like a relief for the nation. While commending the government, security experts expect the convictions to have a huge impact on the country's security status.
100 have been prosecuted and convicted. So why is it that we don't have any details about the names of these persons, the entities they are linked with, the amount of money involved? Because I mean, when you prosecute and you convict, assets and properties are also seized. And these are also matters of financial accountability in terms of it. So it's not just about the terrorism financing. It's also about financial accountability. So what assets have been seized and what use are they being put to, and these assets have reverted to the ownership of who? The state, okay, but which state institution is holding this in recompense for the people? So these are questions that actually need to be answered.
If it were true, I think it would have shown an increase or decrease in the level of insecurity that we have. Why I say this is that insecurity and terrorism has not decreased, even though you said you are prosecuting people to this regard. Of what impact is this prosecution on this terrorism and our insecurity in Nigeria?
In 2023, Nigeria was placed on the Financial Action Task Force grey list due to the deficiencies in its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing and counter-proliferation financing regime. With this achievement made by the Tinubu-led administration, these experts say it could help delist Nigeria from the grey list. They urge the government to also audit security agencies nationwide to tackle these terror groups head-on.
Prior to this, probably we had 1, 2, 3, 4 cases, in the past, and now we've had 100 in terms of delisting. But what the global body would also be interested in whether this has been achieved as a result of putting an actual mechanism and sustainable mechanism in place, or whether it has been achieved as a result of some ad hoc response, because the measures and the mechanisms that you put in place matter a lot.
You see, when you look at the grey list that the international community has put Nigeria, they see, they hear, and they take some actions too. The day Nigeria decides to have that resolve, I'm sure we will be removed from that list. It's not to come here and talk to Nigerians for what is not happening, whereas the international community is seeing us in different light.
Citizens say Tinubu's unwillingness to name the terrorist financiers calls for concern on the government's seriousness in wiping out terrorism in the country. They urge the president to take a decisive step to name these individuals, no matter how powerful or connected they are in the society. Sydney Okafor, TV360, Lagos.